intimate and a personal tribute. I mean, there's no second person. You see Brahmanand telling us what he thinks of a person, and each one of us resonates. I mean, because there's a bit of you in each one of us, and there's a bit of RD in each one of us, in a different way. One last question before I open it. I'm sure there are a lot of questions. At what point of time you decided to bring in the fans? And to my surprise, Gautam Rajadaksha, who seems to have such a vast understanding of Radi's music. These two things, how did you stumble upon and how did you get?
I used to know Gautam, and I used to know him as a great opera fan, and he had a great collection. So I had met him many times, and he had spoken to me brilliantly about operatic, details and things like that. And at some point of time when I was doing this film, I realized that he knew RD in a certain way. So when I thought about that, I said that this is fantastic because he is so rich in his musical interpretations and understanding. And let me try and believe me, I have not included certain things, which is still very, very high. It's just that it didn't work that, but some amazing things that he mentioned to me about Sagar music, certain things that I took from him, those sections which he related with those opera. I took that, I used it in the edit, somewhere or the other. It didn't work, so I kept it out, but amazing stuff. So that was thing. And as far as fans is concerned, see, I realized all through that R.D. Burman's footages are not available greatly, okay, because those were not the times that people would follow with a handycam, all celebrities, wherever they went. The only source is, I don't know if Films Division has shot enough of R.D. Burman. I don't think so. But Films Division is very rich that way, that any archival material you can access here. And so I realized that I am running into he's no longer there. I'm making a film on a person who has passed away. So I thought, if I have a powerful story and narrative, I think I banked a lot on that if I have something which I can tell in a very gripping way, and I can keep myself arrested, then let me try and do a lot with photographs. So I tried that. So if you have noticed, actually the first bad quality footage even that comes is at 1 hour 23 minutes. Very few people realize this. It's at 1 hour 23 minutes, and we were tempted to use a few other video footage that we had somewhere in the 23rd minute or 37th minute, and we didn't do that because we thought that if I do that, I'll be setting up a promise which I won't be able to live. So when at 123 minutes I push that visual, audience is hungry by then to see R.D. Burman live, even a glimpse. So it works. And after that I have used whatever I have used. So not too much, but it has worked much better there. And so I was constantly aware of this fact that it's a difficult story to tell. You're telling about a person who's no longer there. He's not an actor, so you can't even have his visuals from films, okay? And you still have a job to do, a story to tell. So how do you do that? So I thought that his songs do give a lot of material for that. And so even, subtle things which probably work directly or at least unconsciously, if I'm talking about his marriage and it has gone to a point where I just cut to chodo bekar ki baaton mein, So, and then, before realizing you are into Amar Prem and things like that. But what others have told me, is something that I tried to do in a very, very intuitive level. There are many places where the people who are talking about him has described him. Like Bhanu Gupta talking about, aise karke, sar nikal karke aaya, towel lapete hue. He created something on the thing, wet hair, tousled all over. Or later Vinod Chopra saying that, and then one by one everyone left and he walked up to me. And I still remember he was wearing that kurta and that lungi. So these things, if you realize, also creates visuals in the viewer's mind. And I have led that. In probably some other film, I would have taken that line out. Like Vinod Chopra's section, what he said, that story about the composing, it's 1 minute something here. It was actually 7 minutes. We spent 4 days in slicing that and still making sense, that it doesn't at all seem like a jump. Still there is a jump, which I can tell you later, but there is one jump which I always notice. But so I think those were some of the techniques that I used without knowing too much about it. Yes, but in retrospect, some people again who understand cinema much better than me has told me that, and I think I have started recognizing them. I've started recognizing about 10 interesting things that I did very intuitively, and which has probably met the yardsticks of some good storytelling or something.